Bruno Mars, Alessia Cara, Number Me Too, 13 big moments at the 2018 Grammys. For any music lover, Grammy Sunday is very much like the Super Bowl or World Series to a sports fanatic. The only difference being, while sports teams typically find out who will be the final competition within a week or two of the showdown, Grammy nominations arrive months prior to the big show. The ceremony is arguably a culmination of all of that energy and anticipation. The 60th Grammy Awards was no different, as James Corden returned to host the music's biggest night. Returning to Madison Square Garden for the first time in 15 years, the milestone telecast proved to be a celebration that broke down barriers with the wins, performances, and acceptance speeches showing that the power of music can literally change the world. Of course, the Grammys' return to the Big Apple was cause enough for excitement. Cut to Tony Bennett and John Legend singing New York, New York before presenting Best Rap/Sung Performance. And there was Bruno Mars netting 6 wins and nearly doubling his career output to 11 in one fell swoop. But there was plenty of excitement to go around. Whether you were there, watching on TV or live streaming, here are 13 moments from the 60th Grammy Awards that made it a night to remember. 1. Kendrick Lamar, U2, Dave Chappelle open with an army. Kendrick Lamar has a steady track record of impactful performances on the Grammys, and this time he opened the ceremony with a groundbreaking performance before winning the first award of the evening for Best Rap/Sung Performance, Loyalty with Rihanna. Opening with XXX before an American flag backdrop and U.S. soldiers marching, the rapper was joined by U2's Bono and The Edge. A war simulation followed before Dave Chappelle hit the stage to punctuate segues in between heated musical vignettes performed by Lamar. It was history in the making, much like everything he touches. 2. Lady Gaga's tearjerker performance with Mark Ronson. This is for love and compassion, even when you can't understand, Lady Gaga uttered before a white piano wrapped in lace as she opened her performance with Joanne. Mark Ronson assisted on guitar as the acoustic set segued into another moving ballad, Million Reasons. The emotional performance was poignant, but most importantly showed Gaga's unreal vocal range. It's okay if you shed a tear while watching. We were all cutting onions when it happened. 3. James Corden rapping for Jay-Z. If you watch The Late Late Show with James Corden or are tuned into any episode of his Carpool Karaoke series, you'll know that Corden was the perfect return host for this year's telecast. On the eve of the show, Jay-Z was honored at the pre-Grammy Gala and Corden informed the crowd, but began riddling off his knowledge of Jay-Z facts including Jay's former apartment address of 560 State Street in Brooklyn. Corden then launched into spitting a few bars for an amused Mr. Carter. You call it the Big Apple, I call it the concrete jungle where dreams are made of, just something I made up, Corden joked. 4. Bruno Mars and Cardi B's Number TBT performance of Finesse, Remix. A few weeks back when the video for Bruno Mars' remix to Finesse featuring Cardi B hit the internet, we were all bit by the nostalgia bug. The video, directed by Mars himself, was not only a clear nod to the sketch comedy series In Living Color, but it was also a Polaroid of a bygone era of 90s R&B and hip-hop complete with bright colors. Cardi B donned a legendary cross-colors bucket hat with Mars dancing on stage like a New Jack Swing era frontman before a dance-off to House of Pain's Jump Around. It was number Throwback Thursday on a Sunday night. 5. Alessia Cara claims Best New Artist. I've been pretend winning Grammys since I was a kid in the shower, Alessia Cara said with a shaky voice before a towering microphone as she accepted her first Grammy. While the Canadian was already considered a strong candidate for the award, the competition was fierce including SZA and newcomer Julia Michaels. But as Cara continued into her speech, she acknowledged and showed support for her peers, which included her fellow nominees and indie acts. Support real music and real artists, she said. Then she thanked her fans, because there will be no more pretend Grammys in the shower from now on. 6. Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee bring on more Despacito. Over the course of 2017, the infectious Despacito hasn't left our brains. Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee hit the stage to perform the Diamond certified single and brought former Miss Universe Zulika Rivera in too. Rivera also appeared in the music video, but took center stage to dance amid a mock club scene. "That is a catchy song. I've never heard that song before," Corden deadpanned after the performance. 7. Subway Carpool Karaoke. Corden's viral Carpool Karaoke series made a cameo during the evening. How could it not? This time, however, it was a special Subway Carpool Karaoke, featuring Corden, Sting, and Shaggy. The former Police frontman couldn't even get through Every Breath You Take before being shushed by a construction worker on the train. And Shaggy barely sang It Wasn't Me before another passenger hushed even Corden. Then a fight broke out on the train and Corden got a bloody nose. It was a dangerous karaoke scene. You had to be there. 8. Janelle Monáe says number time's up, Keisha sings number Me Too. All one has to do is read the news in recent months to know that injustice to women is no longer an option across industries. As Janelle Monáe introduced Keisha's performance of Praying, she delivered a powerful speech hooked to the sexual harassment initiative Time's Up. "We are also daughters, wives, mothers, sisters, humans," Monáe told the crowd. "We come in peace, but we mean business." When Keisha hit the stage, her performance was that much more intense, especially understanding all she's been through in the music industry. With Cyndi Lauper, Camila Cabello, Bebe Rexha, Julia Michaels, and Andra Day joining on background vocals, the performance ended with the women hugging and in tears. They weren't alone. 9. Fire and Fury auditions. Corden took a moment to explain to the crowd how even non-musicians can win Grammys, particularly through the Best Spoken Word Album award. He highlighted how both Bill and Hillary Clinton previously won for their respective books, and looked ahead to next year for a potential candidate for the award, Michael Wolff's Fire and Fury. The scathing Trump biography was then given a read-through, as various stars auditioned for the lucky role of narrating the audiobook. Auditions included John Legend, Cher, Snoop Dogg, Cardi B, who asked "This is how he lives his life," while reading her chapter, and DJ Khaled, who shouted "Number Another One." The role was ultimately given to Hillary Clinton. Naturally. 10. Elton John, Miley Cyrus transcend generations on stage. Elton John's Tiny Dancer is one of those classic songs that can bring you immediately back to a moment or an era, or a movie scene, like that bus ride in Almost Famous. However, tonight a new moment was made with Miley Cyrus. With John seated at his piano, he opened the song and Cyrus joined to help carry the song home. While the Wrecking Ball singer is no stranger to classic music, especially given her godmother is Dolly Parton, this performance was particularly special. Call it onstage chemistry, or call it bridging the gap, but this Tiny Dancer performance was one for the ages. 11. Ben Platt, Patti LuPone wow with Broadway style. This special Leonard Bernstein-Andrew Lloyd Webber tribute kicked off properly, as Ben Platt from Dear Evan Hansen gave the audience a rousing dose of Somewhere from the Former's West Side Story. But as James Corden could barely stand as he introduced Patti LuPone, we soon found out why. LuPone delivered a riveting rendition of Don't Cry for Me Argentina from Evita. Posted at a podium, just as the musical/movie depicts, she belted like it was her first time singing the song, and it was our first time hearing it. 12. Logic, Khalid, Alessia Cara bring hope. There's a reason why 1-800-273-8255 was nominated for Song of the Year. The powerful track comes with a real message of suicide prevention. When the trifecta of Logic, Khalid, and Alessia Cara hit the stage to perform the monumental hit single, there was no denying the magic. Performing on opposite stages before an army of survivors in You Are Not Alone shirts, Logic addressed the crowd and closed the performance with a speech pointing out many societal injustices, from the treatment of women to neighbors from other countries. There are no weak individuals, per Logic, just people waiting to realize the power of their voice. 13. Bruno Mars Magical Evening, 6 for 6. Bruno Mars emerged above the stiff competition in Album of the Year, taking home the final Grammy of the evening for 2/4K Magic. The nod topped off a Grammy sweep for the Hawaii native, with Mars winning all 6 categories for which he was nominated. He also earned R&B Album, Record of the Year for 24K Magic, Best R&B Performance, Best R&B Song and Song of the Year for That's What I Like. As he explained in his Album of the Year speech, Mars' mission was to spread love, and he did just that, even shouting out previous greats like Babyface who paved the way for him. Kathy Yandeli has penned pieces for Pitchfork, Vice, Maxim, O, Cosmopolitan, The Village Voice, Rolling Stone, Billboard, and more. She co-authored the book Commissary Kitchen with Mobb Deep's late Albert Prodigy Johnson, and is a professor of music business at select universities throughout New York and New Jersey.